Our next speaker, you might have know him already. I think he is the winner of the person who asked the most questions in a single conference. So he is the winner. So let's give him a round of applause. So this special person, his name is Aaron Clarke.
Thank you.
Aaron is the Director of Compliance Services at Quality and Compliance. In his current leadership role at Quality and Compliance, Aaron has applied his pharmaceutical, food, and water experiences from the last 20 years, along with cultivation farm boy know-how to provide expert quality solution for clients entering the regulated cannabis sector, with a focus on those looking to export their products to international markets. So please join me in welcoming Aaron. He's going to share with us key differences between Health Canada GPP and the European EU GMP export expectations. So let's give him another round of applause.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you. Well, I think we're going to get a few folks back after the coffee. I hope so. So just a quick show of hands, if you would. A quick question on who is from the pharma industry here? Okay, good segment. From the cannabis industry? Okay, and sent because their boss told them to be here? Joking. All right, so focus of the presentation is around EU GMP compliance, and notice we're not saying Health Canada in that. Actually, I should ask, is anybody from Health Canada still here? Excellent, we can say what we want, right? Joking. Okay, so in terms of the key markets, we've heard over the last 2 days, there's a lot of opening up in the space, and now Luxembourg really is the first country with legalization happening, which has added another interesting twist to the mix. The road is a little convoluted, as you'll see, and in terms of that road, just a couple of disclaimers. I took out the disclaimer slide. Firstly, these opinions are my own. They're not necessarily of QNC. They might beat me over the head for this. The second one is I wasn't smart enough, or maybe I was smart enough not to invest in the cannabis industry, so I have no financial interest there. And then thirdly, I am a consultant. We do provide services to the cannabis and to the pharma industry. So for those in the pharma industry who know me, it's same stuff, different day. Finally, in terms of where we're at and who's this for, the reason I asked for the distribution of the audience, I was really hoping we'd have a few more cannabis folks here. To those who have not worked in the cannabis space, if this was a cannabis conference, I'd be walking on stage right now to Bon Jovi, or Led Zeppelin, or Eddie Van Halen. So the energy level and the amount of investment, either in terms of passion or in terms of, frankly, money, is very high in the cannabis space right now. So what are we going to do here? We're going to look at different audiences. And so given that a lot of people here have an understanding of GMP, I'm going to focus mainly on those key differences that separate the GPP requirements from the good production practices that have come about. I am going to speak specifically about how the GPP regulations arose. I think that's a really interesting and useful discussion for quality professionals to have. And then finally, I was kind of hoping we'd get a few people that are brand new to the industry coming in. I want to speak about that in terms of people. This is a very young industry, and we're used to established, stable industry figures. It's not like that in the cannabis space. So a lot of times, if this is the first time people are working, they're fresh out of school and fresh into the cannabis industry. So it's kind of like the pharma industry was 25 years ago. Yes, I'm old enough to remember that. What am I looking at here? So we're going to talk about Germany, specifically the cannabis flower market. They're not so happy about oil still. And so products that are greater than 0.3% THC. We're not going to talk about hemp and oil or edibles. Well, edibles will be next time. There's a lot of activity going on, obviously, after October 17th. But not quite internationally yet. So we're focused on the cannabis flower products. In terms of value, we had representatives this morning speaking to us from a panel that is well in excess of $1 billion. It's a Canadian company who succeeded in getting to Europe and to multiple markets. This is not small potatoes. This is not on the side. This is big stuff. So there's a lot of engagement and a lot of interest in making sure that we succeed. And the presentation comments before regarding getting to international markets and taking advantage of those opening international segments are really, really important. Some of you in the room are going to know this diagram better than me. I've been in this crazy train for the last 4 years, since MMPR days, and then we transitioned to ACMPR, and then finally to the cannabis